Students, today we will learn about formatting in Microsoft Word 2010. Microsoft Word is a word processor that helps you to create documents with a professional outlook. It not only provides the facility to type and edit the text, but also offers features to enhance the overall appearance of the text. In the previous classes, you have learned various basic editing and formatting tools like inserting, moving, copying, changing the font, text alignment, etc. In this lesson, you will enhance your skills by learning some advanced features of editing and formatting. Let us take a quick view. The shortcut to open Microsoft Word is Windows key plus R key. The Run box appears. Type in WinWord and press the Enter key. Let us start with the Format Painter. The Format Painter tool is used when you want to copy and apply the formatting of one section of text or graphic, such as color, font style and size, and border style, to another section of text or graphic. Select the text or graphics whose formatting you want to copy. Click on the Format Painter button on the Home tab in the Clipboard group. The pointer changes into a brush shape. Now drag the brush over the selection of text or graphics to apply the formatting. The formatting attributes of the previous text will be applied to the selected text. Let me give you some tips. To copy the formatting effect to multiple sections of text, double-click on the Format Painter button and apply the effects over the selected text or graphics. The Format Painter is a toggle button. To turn off the Format Painter, click on the button again. Now let us understand how to apply Superscript and Subscript in MS Word. The Superscript option places the selected text slightly above the baseline. On the contrary, the Subscript option places the selected text slightly below the baseline and makes it appear smaller than the rest of the text. Type M2 and select 2. Click on the Font dialog box launcher on the Home tab. The Font dialog box appears. Select the Superscript checkbox under the Effects section. Click OK. You will notice that 2 will be placed above the baseline. Similarly, you can apply the Subscript effect. Let me give you a tip. To apply other special effects on the selected text, click on the Font dialog box launcher. Select the required font effect in the Effects section like Strike Through, Small Caps, All Caps, etc. Students, let us find out how to apply Shadow effect. The text effects lets you apply word art type appearance to text in the body of your document. Unlike word art, text effects can be applied using styles. Select the text on which you want to apply the shadow effect. Click on the Text Effects button in the Font group on the Home tab. It displays various text effect styles. Select the Shadow option and then choose the required shadow effect from the displayed options. In Microsoft Office Word 2007, you can apply various effects to the text by clicking on the Font dialog box launcher button on the Home tab. The Font dialog box appears. Click on the Shadow checkbox under the Effects section and click on OK. Observe the change on the text. OK, let me tell you how to apply header and footer. Header and footer is used to place some information on the top and at the bottom of every page respectively. You can include the title, chapter's heading, date, page number, author's name, etc. in this section. The header and footer buttons are found in the Header and Footer group on the Insert tab. Click on the Header button. It will display a list of options. select the Edit Header option in the drop-down menu. The Word will display the editable header at the top of each page. An additional tab named Design under the Header and Footer tools will appear on the ribbon. Click on the header box and then type the text you want to display here. For example, KIPS Learning Solutions on the left side. Press the Tab key twice. The pointer point will jump to the right side. Click on the Date and Time button in the Insert group on the Design tab. The Date and Time dialog box appears. Choose the desired date and time format. Click OK. Click on the Footer button on the Insert tab and select the Edit Footer option. The cursor will appear on the left side of the footer section. Press the Tab key and the cursor will jump to the center of the page. Click on the Page Number button in the Header and Footer group on the Design tab and choose the desired format from the drop-down list. If you intend to apply a specific page number style, then select the Format Page Numbers option from the drop-down menu. The Page Number Format dialog box appears. Define the settings as per your need and click OK. Click on the Close Header and Footer button to close the Header and Footer Tools tab. Students in Microsoft Office Word 2007 also, Header and Footer options are available on the Insert tab under the Header and Footer group. Know the fact: Header and Footer are displayed on the screen in the following two views. Number 1. Print Layout View. Number 2. Print Preview. Okay students, let us find out how to insert column and column break. When you type in Microsoft Word, by default the text is displayed in a single column style or in a paragraph style. If you wish to format the document in newspaper style, that is, column style, Word enables you to create a document in 2 or more columns. Inserting columns. The easiest way to create a multi-column document is to click on the Page Layout tab and click on the Columns button in the Page Setup group. Select the text. Click on the Columns button. A drop-down menu displays different styles in which columns can be created. Select the number of columns you would like to insert in your document. If you want to customize the columns, then click on the More Columns option in the drop-down menu. The Columns dialog box will appear as shown in figure. Define the desired settings and click OK. Inserting column break. If you have already added columns to your Word document, then you might have noticed that some of the columns are not as balanced as you would like them to be. One solution to this problem is to add a column break. It will force the end of the column and move the text to the beginning of a new column. Place the cursor before the text where you want to insert column break. Click on the Breaks button on the Page Layout tab and select the Column option from the drop-down menu. You will observe that the text following the column break will begin in the next column. Students, know the fact. Click Equal Column Width checkbox to define columns of equal width. To create columns of different widths, specify width in the spin boxes. It will be activated only if you deselect the Equal Column Width checkbox. To insert a line between the columns, click on the Line Between checkbox. Okay, let us now learn how to insert page break. Click on the text where you want the page to end. Click on the Page Layout tab and select the Breaks button in the Page Setup group. Click on the Page option from the drop-down menu. The page will change after the point at which the page break is inserted. Let me tell you how to insert line break. A line break can be placed anywhere in the Word document. Place the cursor at the position where you want to add the line break and press the Enter key. The rest of the text will move to the next line. To check the line break in a document, click on the Show or Hide symbol in the paragraph group on the Home tab. Students, let's know more. Line spacing is the amount of space between the lines of text in a paragraph. Click on the dialog box launcher at the bottom of the paragraph group. Select the Indents and Spacing tab. Click on the drop-down menu of Line Spacing. Select any line spacing option. You can also select line spacing by clicking on the Line and Paragraph Spacing button and selecting the desired spacing from the displayed list. Okay, let us understand how to set margins. Margin refers to the amount of blank space between the edge of the page and the document text. Microsoft Word allows you to set the margins on all the 4 sides of a document, that is, top, bottom, left and right. The default margins are set at 1 inch from top and bottom and 1 inch from left and right edge of the page. Using ruler bars. To change the left to right margins, point to a margin boundary on the horizontal ruler. When the pointer changes to a double-headed arrow, drag the margin boundary as per your need. To change the top or bottom margins, point to a margin boundary on the vertical ruler. When the pointer changes to a double-headed arrow, drag the margin boundary as required. Using Page Layout tab. Select the Page Layout tab. Click on the Margins option in the Page Setup group. A drop-down list of options appears. The normal option is selected by default. Select any predefined margin setting or select the Custom Margins option. The Page Setup dialog box will appear. Select the Margins tab. Type the values for top, bottom, left and right margins or click on the spin boxes to set the margins. In the Apply to drop-down list, choose either Whole Document or Selected Text option. Click on OK. Okay, let us now understand how to set page orientation. The page orientation property sets the printing direction of the text. The default orientation of the paper is set to portrait, in which the document is printed lengthwise. When we choose landscape orientation, the document is printed widthwise. To change the paper orientation, follow the given steps. Select the Page Layout tab. Click on the Orientation button in the Page Setup group. Choose the landscape orientation from the drop-down list. Observe the change. Let us find out how to set paper size. In Microsoft Word, you can work with different sizes of paper, though the available selections depend on the type of printer you use. To set a paper size, select the Page Layout tab. Click on the Size button in the Page Setup group. A list of paper size options appears. The current paper size is highlighted in the drop-down list. Select any desired page size option. The paper size of the document changes accordingly. Or click on the More Paper Sizes option in the Size button drop-down list. The Page Setup dialog box will appear. Click on the Paper tab. Select the desired size from the Paper Size drop-down list. Observe the changes in the preview block and click OK. Now let me explain to you about working with tabs. The most common way to indent the text is to use the Tab key. It is used to move the cursor at specific spaces in a document. By default, tab stops are set at every 0.5 inch. You can set the tab stops along the ruler according to your requirement. When you press the Tab key, the cursor automatically jumps to the next tab. Tabs can also be created using leaders lines. The leaders insert dots or dashes in the space leading up to the tab stop. To set the tab stop, follow the given steps. Click on the dialog box launcher button in the paragraph group of the Page Layout tab. The paragraph dialog box will appear as shown in figure. Now, click on the Tabs button present on the lower left of the dialog box. The Tab dialog box appears on the screen. Type a tab position, for example, 1.25 inch, in the Tab Stop Position text box. Click on OK. Now press the Tab key. The cursor will jump to the next position where you have set the tab stop. Let me give you a tip. You can quickly set tabs by using the Tab Selector button present on the left end of the ruler. Keep on clicking the button until it displays the type of tab you want to set. Then click on the location on the ruler bar where you want to set the tab. Students, in Microsoft Office Word 2007, you can also insert columns, column breaks, set paper, orientation, margins, etc. by using the Page Layout tab. Okay, students, let me tell about the indenting text. Indentation determines the amount of spacing between the text, section of text or paragraph, and the page margins. Indenting is also used to set a section of text apart from the rest of the body to draw the reader's attention. Indentation feature is used to move the complete paragraph or the first line of a paragraph to a specific position, either from the left or right margin. Select the text to be indented. Click on the Increase Indent button in the paragraph group on the Home tab. The selected text will shift ½ inch away from the left margin. Click on the Decrease Indent button to move the text ½ inch closer to the left margin. Let me share some tips with you. Each time you click on the Increase Indent button, the paragraph will move ½ inch away from the left margin. You can also set the indents by the dragging method. Select the paragraph and drag the first line indent, left indent, right indent, or hanging indent on the ruler bar. Students, let's take a quick view. Pressing the Ctrl plus M key combination increases the indent, whereas Ctrl plus Shift plus M key combination decreases the indent. Okay, students, let us take a recap of this chapter. The Format Painter tool is used when you want to copy and apply the formatting of a section of text or graphic, such as color, font, style, size and border style, to another section of text or graphics. The Superscript option places the selected text slightly above the baseline. The Subscript option places the selected text slightly below the baseline. Shadow effect gives the 3D look to the text. Header and footer is used to place some information on top and at the bottom of every page respectively. Margin refers to the amount of blank space between the edge of the page and the document text. The page orientation property sets the printing direction of the text. The Tab key is used to move the cursor at certain spaces in a document. Indentation determines the amount of spacing between the text and the page margins.